Warning: please read the warnings we make in the More Information section of our channel. We are not responsible for the information here. He was abandoned for 7 years in a basement. One day he was rescued, and you will not believe what he looks like today. You cannot believe the following story. It happened in the area of Greater Tokyo, a huge place where there are many people and, of course, also many pets that, due to the pace of life so fast that the citizens are carrying, are neglected in an impressive way. Such was the case of this animal, although this one had a happy ending. The date of this story dates from June 10, 2014. A team of canine hairdressers visited a shelter in the area we mentioned above, were called to help a huge dog of unknown race that was in a deplorable state. The poor animal was rescued by shelter personnel after spending more than 7 years in a basement. His condition was truly deplorable. It had hardened fur, layers of dirt, dust and dirt had accumulated over time. It was simply impossible to distinguish the silhouette of the animal. Rastas had formed all over his body. There was a discomfort of our poor furry friend. He was trembling and frightened, although curious about all the odors presented by the landscape around him. He immediately noticed that the volunteers wanted only to help him, and despite the abuse that had been the victim of our hairy friend, he never behaved aggressively. Once they took him to the right place, they began with the transformation. First removing all the hair that was clogged in his face with an electric razor, all the while taking care not to hurt the animal. At the end of the first session, they began to see the shape of the dog, who turned out to have a slender neck, an impressively thick layer of dirty hair detached from the little one, who was already more relaxed. He seemed to know what the hairdressers were doing. Then they continued with the torso and the lower part of the body. As they were removing all the tangled fur, they even had to use a pair of scissors to cut tree branches, since it was impossible to go through all the accumulated dirt for so long. But not they were alarmed. They did it with all the care of the world. And this is what this beautiful animal looks like now. They named the dog Jinta, because of the color of his fur, since it means in Japanese silver-haired boy, and was lighter and happier than ever. The best thing about this story is that despite the carelessness of which he was a victim for months, maybe even a year, managed to survive, and thanks to the kindness of these people has a second chance to find a responsible and loving master to take care of him. I ask 3 favors. 1. Subscribe. 2. Share it with your friends and family. 3. Give a like.